Yo, what it do, wealth champions? Time for the midday marketing tips. Today, we're talking about how to build your brand with consistency. So, let's get into it. All right. So, here we go. Here we go. When we talk about building your brand with consistency, for those of you who do not know me, my name is H Cortez, also known as the Financial Health Mentor. I'm a wealth strategist, author, entrepreneur, and I am serious about empowering you economically through financial literacy with a strong emphasis on personal brand development and entrepreneurship. So today is a focus on entrepreneurship, how to grow your personal brand by being more consistent with your business activities, mainly those of you who are using the internet, content creation, and those sorts of things. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let me just hop over to show you guys exactly what to expect for today. So the truth about being consistent, everybody talks about consistency being the key, but nobody is giving practical steps on how to be consistent. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to first talk about the three forms of consistency that's most important. And if you can wrap your mind around these three things, you're going to have tremendous success, and it's going to make it easy for you to be more consistent. And then I'm going to give you three tips to execute, maybe even a fourth, to help you maintain your level of consistency. So before we get into all of that, you guys know what I got to do. I got to share with you what our sponsor is for today's midday marketing tip. So today's sponsor is Builderall, the all-in-one digital marketing platform. If you go to digitalempiresystem.com, you can actually get a free 14-day trial to test out the system. And let me tell you why you want to have the Builderall system. Because for you guys that follow me, I'm putting together an actual done-for-you business system that you're going to be able to use in conjunction with Builderall. What does that mean? That means I'm going to give you lead magnet. I'm going to give you the sales funnel. I'm going to give you the product that you could sell. And I'm going to give you coaching on how to use those systems to make your first money online or to create another whole separate stream of income. But you're going to need the Builderall system in order to do it, because once I build it, Builderall allows you to clone my entire system into your system and you make all the money. So go to digitalempiresystem.com and take the free 14-day trial, test it out, see what Builderall has to offer. But it's everything you need in a digital marketing platform, from sales funnels, autoresponder, email marketing, video wrappers, e-commerce stores, membership sites. You can do everything inside of this platform. So digitalempiresystem.com, check it out. Also, I'm expanding my reach to Twitter and Instagram. So if you want, go follow your boy at Cortez Hustle STL on Instagram and Twitter. So now let's talk about how or the three forms of consistency. When we say you need to be consistent in your marketing, in your day-to-day business operations, in your day-to-day activities, see, what some people believe is that I have a business, I can only work it on Saturdays, so I'm going to go all the way through the whole week without doing anything, and then I'm just going to put in 5, 6, 7 hours on Saturday. That's not the best way to do it. So how should you look at being consistent? Number one thing you have to think about is, how can you be consistently in front of your clients, customers, potential clients or customers, or your tribe, people who follow you, right? Because I can promise you this, if you are not consistently in front of them, I am, or some other marketer is. So therefore, they're beginning to know, like, and trust somebody else if you are not consistently in front of them. So make a point to show up. Now, if you stick through the end of the video, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to be consistently in front of them. But just know that whatever you do, you've got to be consistently in front of your customers, your clients. You have to consistently show up. There's nothing worse than me going to a place of business with the hours of operation clearly posted on the door and they're not open. Show up consistently. That's number 1, right? Number 2, you have to figure out how to be consistent with your quality, right? This is why so many companies will spend thousands and thousands of dollars on quality control. They want to make sure that every time they put out their product, it is consistent in its quality. So for instance, one of my core products is training videos like this. If I was up and down with my consistency, if my information was sometimes on point, sometimes off, most of you guys would not even be following me. But because I make it a point to be consistent with my information, consistent with always showing up, you guys can count on me on a regular and consistent basis, giving you some sort of value to help you in your finances, to help you in your business, or to help you with your mindset. That is my entire focus, right? So you have to consistently show up in your business, consistently show up in front of your customers, your clients, your tribe, because if you don't, someone else is, and they're going to stop following you, they're going to stop buying from you, they're going to stop checking for you, and they're going to be all in somebody else's live video, commenting, engaging, and learning what it is that they're seeking to learn. Then you have to be consistent in your quality. Now, this is a tip for those of you who do video marketing, those of you who do content marketing, whether it's video, whether it's blogging, whether it is Instagram using photos and infographics, or whether it is audio, podcasting, whatever. I want you to think about this. Some of us, when it's time to get something like this going, we think that we have to have all of the bells and whistles, and that we have to have background dancers and backdrops and the perfect lighting and all of this stuff to get started. You do not. And I would beg to argue that if you don't start with all of that stuff, it makes it even easier for you to be consistent. Because when I started my video marketing journey, I had my cell phone and I had the information I wanted to share. I got in front of some good lighting like a window, or I even went outside on my lunch break and I just recorded my content. So what that did is it caused people to focus early on not any distracting things, but on the content that I was sharing. The other thing that it did, it made it very easy for me to be consistent, because I didn't have the excuse that, oh, I got to wait to get home in front of my backdrop and my lights and my background dancers before I do my next video. No, I started doing my videos from my phone any and everywhere that I had good lighting and a relatively quiet space. And that made it easy for me to be consistent. And that made it easy for me to maintain that quality, right? So consistently in front of your customers, clients, tribe, members, or whatever you have going on. Consistently show up during your regular hours of operation, whatever they may be. 2, be consistent with your quality. If you're a content marketer, the quality of your content production should be relatively consistent. The quality of your information, your tips, your strategies, or whatever it is that you're providing, the value that you're giving, that should also be very consistent. And guys, keep in mind, this is interactive. So if you guys got questions on Facebook or YouTube, drop those in the comments and we'll address those as we go through. The number three thing that you have to be consistent with, and this is a big one. You have to be consistent with your message. Right? What is my message on the Financial Health Mentor page? My message is to empower you economically through financial literacy with an emphasis on personal brand development and entrepreneurship with a little bit of mindset sprinkled in. So what are some of the things that you see on this page that I do that makes me stay consistently on message? In the mornings at 5:15 a.m., Monday through Friday, you can check out the Daily Hustle where I give you some mindset motivation type stuff, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can always catch me at 12:30 with a midday marketing tip. That is the entrepreneurship. And then Tuesdays through Friday evenings and sometimes Saturday, you will hear me going on what I call an impromptu live, teaching you about the power of a home-based business, investments. I bring guests on to talk to you about how money works so you can grow your money, so you can think the right way about money, so you can behave the right way with your money, right? See, that's my message. So that's why I am consistent with that message, because I know what it is. So number one, we said that we was going to cover the three forms of consistency. We covered those. Any questions, comments, or observations on the three forms of consistency? You guys still with me? Drop a one in a comment if you can still hear me okay, because I'm just going on, and I get a little concerned when I don't get any comments or any feedback. So make sure you drop a one in the comments if you can hear me okay. I know some of you guys may be on lunch breaks and things of that nature. Some of you guys may be listening while you're driving and you can't type. I get it. But I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. So three forms of consistency: consistently in front of your people, consistent with the quality of your production. If it's blogging, then make sure you have a good blog structure and you're consistent with it, and consistent with the quality of the information that you're delivering. Consistency with the quality of your products if you're in the product space, right? Then number three, consistent with your message. Do not be all over the place. One thing you will not ever see on the Financial Health Mentor channel or pages is rump shaking videos, right? That's not consistent with my message, right? So you have to be consistent with your message. So number two, what are three tips that you could use to execute on this and make sure? Okay, Banzea, I see the one in the comment. I see you can hear me over there on Facebook. Somebody drop a comment on YouTube if you guys can hear me okay over there as well. So what are three tips that you could use to execute on this strategy? Number one, you have to get organized. I can't tell you how in the last 3 to 4 weeks my business has radically transformed just because I'm making a concerted effort to get more organized, right? I start getting up at 4:30 every morning, doing my daily meditation, doing my daily reading, organizing my thoughts, organizing my content the night before or what I'm going to share with you guys. In order to be consistent, you've got to get organized, you've got to plan, and you've got to be prepared. See, before I went live on this stream, some of you guys noticed that last night, if you're on YouTube, you saw me schedule this post and you knew this post was coming out last night. Why? Because I had started preparing the content for this training last night. And actually, I had it at the end of last Thursday's training. I knew what I was going to train on this Thursday, and I start crafting that stuff. So if you're going to be consistent, you're going to have to get organized, you're going to have to plan, and you're going to have to prepare, right? So, any guys have any struggles with any of those things right now in your business, right? You got struggles being organized, planning, and preparing, right? If so, drop it in the comments, man. There's no shame in it. This is one of the things that we have to do is, I'm going to get into this, but let people know where you're struggling so people can challenge you to get better. Number two, another way that you can force yourself to be more consistent is, especially for those of you who are content marketers, but also those of you who are into product sales or services sales, use themes and series, right? Themes and series. So what is an example of a series? You guys are watching one right now. My midday marketing tips is a series of marketing videos that goes down every Tuesday, Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Central Time. So it forces me to be consistently in front of you guys with some quality content that can help you in your business, right? The Daily Hustle, every day at 5:15 a.m., you can catch me on the Daily Hustle. That's forcing me to be consistent because I use a series, right? What about themes? I get it, Cortez. There's no way with my schedule and what I got going on can I do something daily. However, even if that's the case, once a week is still consistent, right? So one of my mentors that I follow on YouTube, Sunny Lenarduzzi, she does Tip Tuesdays. She drops a quality value video every single Tuesday, right? Facebook has already given you some themes that you can plug into, right? They're giving you Throwback Thursday. So maybe you can do a play on that with some of your products and services. Maybe if you're a service provider or you have products, you can throw back the price of your products and service on a Thursday and call it Throwback Thursday sale, right? Use themes to help you be more consistent, right? I used to do something called What's the Word Wednesday, because every Wednesday I wanted to make sure that I was in front of my audience, right? You notice that people who do blogs, they do themes on their blogs. People who do podcasts, they do themes on their podcasts. Listen to your favorite radio show, right? One of my favorite radio shows to listen to is The Breakfast Club because I'm actually in the media space. So I love to pay attention to how they format their content. They have several different segments of the show. They have the Donkey of the Day with Charlemagne. They have Ask Yee with Angela Yee. They have the People's Choice Mix with DJ Envy. This happens every day at a set time, so it organizes the show, right? Themes and series can help you stay more consistent, right? Is this helping anybody today? Themes, that's how I found you. So if I just said that's how I found you, or because I do themes and series. I did my morning talk show before I retired it. It's called Talking Money in the Morning Live, 400 plus episodes every morning at 7 a.m. I needed something to force me to be consistent to build my tribe, right? Number three, I said I was going to promise you three. Number three, join some sort of accountability group. Get you an accountability partner, a teammate, join a challenge, something. Most of you guys don't know this about me, but I'm extremely introverted, right? See, who you guys are seeing right now before you is Cortez Hustle, aka the Financial Health Mentor. Cortez Springer is a very quiet, reserved cat, right? Intelligent, don't mind having a conversation, but I'm equally as comfortable not talking at all. In fact, I prefer it a lot of times, right? That's who I am. But in order for me to build my business the way that I have, I knew I had to not only get out of my comfort zone, I had to live out of my comfort zone. So for me, that meant creating an alter ego who was the exact opposite of who Cortez Springer is. And that's how the Financial Health Mentor was born. And you know how it happened? I was in a group who did a 90-day video challenge. They challenged me to do a video every day for 90 days straight. And I was like, that was the scariest and most uncomfortable thing that I could think of doing, but I saw people having the success that I wanted to have. A large portion of how they were having their success was in two areas, blogging and vlogging. Well, I know myself. If I had to write every day, there is no way I could be consistent. So I couldn't write a blog every day, but I said, hey, I love to share new things that I'm learning. I love to talk about different subject matters. So video became the way that I moved outside of my comfort zone. So they challenged me 90 days straight. Did I make it the whole 90 days? No. However, I did make it about 40 or 50 days. And by the time I got to day 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there, I found myself extremely comfortable on video. So comfortable that I started critiquing myself and said, you know what? How can I get even better at this? Right? So find yourself an accountability team, partner, a group, take a challenge, whatever you got to do to get yourself to be more consistent. So if you sell products and you haven't been asking for the sale or trying to close people, then get with a group that's going to challenge you to ask for the sale at least once a day. If you struggle making and creating content, or you want to get better with social media, get with a group that's going to challenge you to do 3 social media posts every day. And part of the challenge is you got to tag me in the post every day so I can hold you accountable. Right? That's going to help you be more consistent. So what are the 3 things that you need to do? Number 1, get organized, which means you have to plan and prepare to be consistent. Number 2, use themes and series to help you be more consistent. And number 3, get you an accountability partner or group, right? If you guys got questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. We got a few minutes for a Q&A. And I'll give you one bonus tip. Start with the end in mind and be consistently focused on that. I don't care what business you're in. The end result is some sort of sale. Before you can get a sale, you need a lead. Before you can get a lead, you need to understand how to target the right prospects. So as you're getting organized and as you're preparing, you should be focusing on consistently generating leads for your business, right? Whether you're giving away some sort of lead magnet, you're doing some sort of free consulting call, you're giving away a free sample, make sure that you consistently show up in front of your clients, you're consistent with your quality, you're consistent with your message, that all funnels people to some sort of a lead capture mechanism where you're grabbing at least their name and their phone number, their name and their email address. Depending on what you're selling, you might need name, email address, and phone number. But you should be consistently every single day trying to grab a lead off of what it is that you're doing when you consistently show up. Your quality is consistent, your message is consistent, and you should consistently be making sure that you have some sort of call to action that's going to allow you to capture a name, email address, and or phone number. So that's it for today's midday marketing tips. We got a few minutes for Q&A. If you guys got any questions, don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. If you have not already posted the name of your business and or your brand, do that. I love to give you guys shout outs. And let me just say this, since we're on the topic of branding, whenever you're given permission to shout yourself out, please take advantage of it. This channel has over 4,100 subscribers. The Facebook page has over 101,000 followers. You never know who's coming to watch the replay of this video or going to scroll through the comments and want to know more about what it is that you do. Some of us are not sharing our business enough because we're either ashamed of it or we think it's some sort of bother to keep promoting ourselves, right? Man, that couldn't be more wrong of information. You got to shout out yourself. If you're not shouting out you, who is, right? GBGC Reigns Clothing Store. Go to cbgcreigns.com. So, appreciate that, Joyce Cleveland. Shout yourself out. Comment what's your major takeaway from today's video as well. Anybody else shouting themselves out? Nobody on YouTube? Anybody else on Facebook? If you're not shouting you out, man, I don't know who is, right? One of the strategies that I use to generate leads is a commenting strategy, right? I get on live streams like this of people who are talking my language, talking to my audience, and I provide value in the comments. And Lord knows if I'm ever given permission to shout out myself and tell people who I am and a little bit about my business, I'm going to do it. Period. Right? It just makes sense. If you're not shouting you out, I don't know who is. Questions, comments, observations, biggest takeaways from today's training, go ahead and drop that stuff in the comments right now. Got 2 minutes before I've got to get out of here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something from today's training. Lachelle says, thank you for the info. Everything you have said are things I must get better at. Great video. I appreciate the feedback. And trust me, I didn't start out this way. I watch a lot of training still to this day on YouTube. I've spent a lot of money on courses still to this day with other influencers who are at a level that I want to be at. I jump on free live streams just like this on a regular and consistent basis. I attend a lot of webinars. Yeah, I'm like you. I said there has got to be a way that I can get better. Even when I didn't have a lot of money, you know what I did? I had a lot of time, so I spent a lot of time going through everybody's free content. They had a webinar, I would attend the webinar. I knew they was going to try to sell me something at the end of the webinar. I didn't have any money, so I took notes on everything they said in the webinar, and I executed on what they gave me for free. Eventually, what they gave me for free was able to make me some money, and then I can go back and buy their program. That's why we do this free stuff. Is I want you to take what I shared with you today, go and implement it, make you some money, and then come back to my site and buy one of my resources. It's called the law of reciprocity, right? But some of you guys, Lachelle, tell us what it is that you do, right? You never know who might want to partner with you. I also have 3 podcasts dropping in March. I'm always looking for guests. Saying what you do might intrigue me to say, hey, that sounds like a good person to be on one of my podcasts as a guest. So tell me what it is that you do, um, and somebody on the stream might want to connect with you. Guys, that is my time. We are at the 30-minute mark. So let me go ahead and shut this thing down. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I'm your boy, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor. Make sure you click on the circle with my picture on it there so that you can subscribe to the channel. Click here to watch other marketing videos to help you grow your brand, grow your business, make more money. Till I talk to you next time, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.